So good evening, guys. My name is Maurya Hanspal, and in this session, we're going to continue our discussion on the annual report of the company. And we'll begin our discussion with the corporate social responsibility activities of the company Nestle. So this is the annexure number 2 to the board's report, annual report on the corporate social responsibility CSR activities. So here they have outlined, as per the CSR policy, like what projects and programs the government, like not the government, the company had undertaken for the implementation of the CSR activities. Okay. Then they have the CSR committee. They mentioned about the CSR. Now, पे कुछ projects देखो यहाँ they have mentioned COVID-19 pandemic में like what did they do, and they have their projects. Their project वृद्धि एक और एक इनका project जागृति है. These are the most famous ones. The project वृद्धि and project जागृति. As you have the project Shakti of HUL and you have the ITC का e-Chopal. Right? Like similarly they have their project वृद्धि and project जागृति. Then they have mentioned about the composition of the CSR activities. Committee chairperson ये है, members ये हैं. Average net profit of the company. See what happens in the CSR activities. If the turnover of the company is more than 1,000 crores, like for the past 3 years, they have to contribute at least 3% as the CSR activity out of that profit, and that is mandatory. Now they have written how much expenditure they have spent on what. Nestle Healthy Kids Program, Project Jagriti, Clean Drinking Water projects, in which states they have been implemented, how much amount has been outed, how much have been spent out of this, cumulative expenditure, and who were the implementing parties that who helped in the implementation of these programs. Because obviously, if the company is implementing these programs in the villages, the company cannot do it. The company has to take the support from the local people as well, because those people know better about their villages and their own area, and that is why it has taken support from all these people, as mentioned here. Volunteering, their total overheads, then the programs, like in detail they have mentioned about each and every program. Nestle Healthy Kids Program, and what they were doing exactly in the Nestle Healthy Kids Program. Classroom sessions we conduct कर रहे थे both offline and online, and they were promoting sustainability among the children and all. Then they have their project Jagriti, that was basically to remove the malnutrition, and they were guiding the mothers and adolescents on malnutrition. That is the project Jagriti. Then the people can read all about it, that what is the project Jagriti and all that stuff, because all that is completely theoretical and what exactly they were doing. So project Jagriti was something which is for the purpose of guiding people on like malnutrition. Clean drinking water and water awareness programs they have mentioned. Sanitization facilities, water conservation in agriculture, plastic waste management awareness. Project Serve Safe Food. So all these CSR activities this company has taken. And why the companies are undertaking the CSR activities, obviously to have a good image in the society. Because if the company is just contributing towards profitability, focusing on positive cash flows and just the returns, it won't be good for the company. Okay, so the company has to project a good image in the front of the gentle people, and also to have a large number of grants and subsidies from the government also, because government also take care of such companies like which are into like such activities, right? So ये चीजें भी we have to see. So the main purpose of the corporate social responsibility activities, CSR activities, or ESG norms. By ESG, I means environmental social governance norms. The main aim is to portray a good image in the society. And also the companies were following these ESG themes, focusing towards the themes of renewable energy, clean energy, power and all these things, hydrocarbon EVs, all these companies are getting foreign institutional investments as well. And those companies who are into something which is unethical or something which is not good as per from their point of view are not getting the foreign investments. Example is ITC. So that company is not bad, but the company earns the maximum revenue from the cigarette manufacturing business, right? And cigarette manufacturing, it is not compliant with the ESG norms. That is why that company is not receiving the investments from FIIs. Project Vriddhi. All these things they have mentioned, they're like relief factors, employee volunteering, what did they do here and all. यहाँ पे देखो all the details of the CSR activities you can get है पूरा डिटेल में. And CSR activities is mostly the last section of the report. सबसे last section you have the CSR activities. Okay, so that thing you should know about the whole last section about the CSR activities. That what exactly are the CSR activities? Why are the CSR activities so important? Okay, all these things must be clear to you. So एक बार just read all this, the Sara. At least you'll get to know that what activity these companies are doing. Are they like good enough for sustainability? Because also like CSR activities are done for the purpose of sustainable future, to have a sustainable environment. Okay. So my next some products of the company, milk production, nutrition, some details like from where they are like procuring all this. But the corporate identity number is when the company is incorporated. Like I was talking about the MON, the Memorandum of Association. So when the company gets registered, it gets a CIN, the corporate identification number. I mentioned details of the CEO, CFO of the company. Ethics, transparency, accountability. Does the policy relating to ethics, bribery, and corruption cover only the company, yes or no? The Nestle India Code of Business Conduct includes the company's policy on ethics, bribery, and corruption, covering the company and all its vendors. Matlab, this policy is applicable to everyone. Similarly, they have mentioned about all their questions and answers, like which the people can ask them. Ethics, transparency, and accountability, they have told. Then the product life cycle sustainability. All these questions which the general investors or the shareholders of the company can ask. So a general question answer which I have given it. Does the company have procedures in place for sustainable sourcing, including transportation? If yes, what percentage of your input was sourced sustainably? Also provide details thereof in about 50 words or so. वो बोल रहा है इसमें, what he's saying, the company chooses its suppliers, laid out procedures and engages. So ये mention करा गया. All these questions, like they have been answered, like which the general investors can ask. And these are the general questions जो कंपनी की AGM में या general meetings इन सब में भी आते हैं. And investors के mind में भी जो questions होते हैं like regarding the company, so all this they can ask you here. Enable like 2 questions. Reduce, recycle 3 hours. Has the company mapped its external, how it is serving its internal and external stakeholders? All this is mentioned. Are there any special initiatives taken by the company to engage with the disadvantaged, vulnerable, and marginalized stakeholders? Clear initiative in the CSR activities and all that. This is again very important. You should know. The general questions can have you help an overall understanding of the company. Then there are like some of the websites from where you can get some additional information. Principle 7. Sectorial audit or like secretarial audit. Again, it is important. Form MR3. इस ऑडिटिंग बता रहा है कि कंपनी में सब कुछ ठीक है या नहीं है. And further, like he would be giving his opinion. additional investments, all these are not necessary, but ये सब चीजें पता होनी चाहिए. And here the annual report gets completed. Construction of 9 factory. अब कितने employees हैं company में? 7,700 plus employees. INR 26 billion has invested into this company over 3 or 4 years. Indian shareholders 1,50,000 plus. Turnover 132 billion ka contribution to exchequer in 2020. Okay. So here I complete the annual report